Guys, Ged Walters here. We're at Las Colinas Golf Club in Alicante in Spain, and I'm going to give you a really good tip to help you improve the quality of your bunker shots, making sure that not just getting them out, but getting them out with a nice degree of control and confidence. You're probably wondering why I'm waving this tee peg at the camera while I'm in the bunker. We all know it's a hazard and we can't ground the club or touch the sand, etc. But I need this just to give you a great visual, and also I want you to practice doing this as well. I'm going to tee the ball up for a second. So let me just pop that tee in the ground there. It stays. Thanks. Right, now, one of the biggest issues with bunker play is not only where the club enters the sand, but it's whereabout it bottoms, with the lowest point of the sand it goes under. The perfect spot is directly underneath the golf ball. So whether you make a divot which is really shallow and it may only be a few inches, or whether you take a divot, you go 2 inches in and maybe take a divot which is as big as a sort of 10-pound note, we want the depth, the deepest point of the divot to be directly underneath the golf ball. Now, this drill is perfect for that, because what we want to do is we want to get the golf club to hit the base of the tee. That's the lowest point of where the divot of sand will come out. And if we get it right, the tee will go, the ball will just literally fall into the spot that the tee was. So let's go through a few checkpoints of setup position. Let's play the shot, we'll get rid of the tee, and then we'll go through it and we'll hit the shot and we'll splash it nicely out onto the green. So the easiest way to get set up is if you square up to your target. See loads of people coming in and the open club face, which is fantastic, but it's open, so you've now got no reference point as to where you then want to aim it and where you want your body to be aimed. So if we stood square and then we feed the club face around in the hands so it starts to look off to the right hand side. It's from that point that we want to now, we know our square position, so we can move around to the right and bring the club face back towards a square position. So that golf club is facing the target. Now, from here, because we're in sand and we want to get to the deepest point, we need to wriggle the feet in. We need to get the body slightly lower than the level of the sand. That's going to make it easier for you to get that depth in your divot. Okay, so from this point here now, I've got a fraction of pressure. You can probably see here, if you watch my legs, how they just go gently towards the target side. I want maybe 65% of my body's pressure going through the lead side, and I'm going to hold it there all the way through. And then I'm not going to swing this way. Another common fault, because the only thing that's going to happen here is the club's going to go really shallow and the club's going to enter the sand back here. So we've got no chance of getting that golf ball out. So we want to be swinging along the line of the body, along the line of the toes, going this way. Now don't worry swinging that way, because we've preset the club face to point at the target. So the ball is going to go that way when you hit it. So I'm going to hinge the wrist a little early because I want to get a nice wrist set in there so it can swing nicely along the line of the body. And I'm just going to hit the base of this tee, and we're just going to get the ball just to fall into the spot it's sitting in. So if we look there, we've got the divot there, the ball's just hopped a fraction forward on there. So the club's entered the sand a fraction behind the base of that tee there, and the ball's just wobbled forward as it's gone through. But we've got the tee out of the way. And now if we try and recreate that feeling, so I'm going to go right through it from this point again. So square the face, feed it open, bring your feet round to re-square the face at the target, wriggle those feet in really nicely there, so you get nicely below the level of the golf ball. Pressure forward, nice wrist hinge, swinging along the line of the toes, nice and committed. We don't want to be short on this, we don't want to try and finesse it, we want to be nice and committed. Guys, get out in the bunker, give it a practice. It's something that doesn't get practiced enough. Nobody really goes into bunkers and practices these days. Find a nice practice venue where you can go and put some balls down, hit some shots, tee a few up, and really just get used to getting the base of that tee. That's going to help your bunker play. It's going to save you some shots.